Hey everyone, it's Kayla, and today I am going to show you some of the realities of what baking is like for me in Spain, because it's different.
This is what we're making.
Whisk together the sugar, eggs, and cornstarch in a medium saucepan. Is that medium? Kind of small. That'll work, right? That'll work. I couldn't find measuring cups, but I did find this. So I kind of have to like shake it to get it to all even out so I can see that it's at half a cup, but that's pretty close to half a cup, so we'll start with that. These are our eggs, right? They're brown. They don't have to be kept cold here, which is kind of nice. I just need the yolks. Our trash can is really tiny, so that's also a struggle. There we go, egg yolk. That's 1, 2, 3. Woo! Next we have 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. And I found measuring spoons, right? But they are all in milliliters. And 1 teaspoon is like 4.92 something milliliters, which is not a measurement on here, but there is a 5 milliliters. So I just kind of fill this one up mostly. This is cornstarch in Spanish, new word for me. It's fécule de maíz. Sugar, eggs, and cornstarch, and I whisk all that together. I do have a whisk. So I need 2 tablespoons of lemon zest and 1/4 cup of lemon juice. Tablespoon in milliliters. 14.7. I have a 15. I don't have a real zester, but I have this. There we go. That's about 2 tablespoons, right? You know, it said like 2 to 3 lemons, but I just used 1. And it's pretty much there, right? All right, whisk in the lemon zest and juice and cook over medium heat until thickened, occasionally stirring with a rubber spatula at the beginning, but constantly mixing near the end. It should take about 20 minutes. All right, in you go. Zest, more zest. Let's just put it all in. All right, until thickened. It's thickening sooner than expected, I think because my pan's just so big. So I'm gonna take it off 5 minutes early. It wants me to add a 1/4 cup of butter, but the problem is my butter comes in gram measurements, and a 1/4 cup is about 57 grams in butter. So I'm just kind of guesstimating what that looks like. And then it says cut it every tablespoon. And so, you know, there's 4 tablespoons in a 1/4 cup of butter. So I'll just guesstimate 57 and then cut it into 4ths and mix it in there. Oh, there we go. All right, I'm gonna pour it into this pan next to keep in the fridge for a little bit. There we go. Ooh, it's chunky. Is it supposed to be chunky? It looks like this. I'm gonna put it in the fridge to chill while we make our butter cookies. You have to bump into our fridge because it doesn't close all the way. Another fun fact about our kitchen in Spain. All right, in a medium bowl, this is the only bowl I have, whisk together flour, baking powder, and salt. Set aside, and then I need a second bowl. We can make this work. Oh, haha. I have a big serving bowl that is left over from the previous owners that we can use. 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now my flour, it's gonna freak you out, but it's brown. I don't know if you can see it. It looks kind of white in this lighting, but It's more of a tan color, so everything I bake ends up a little bit darker than I'm used to, which I have to watch out for because it looks like things are burnt, but they won't be burnt. I have to wash my one measuring glass. Hold on. Okay. 2 1/4 cups of flour. Now we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which I have right here, and the baking powder I have comes in weird little packets. So that's what I get to use. This is one from last time that I twisted up. 1 teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. About. This came with the apartment. It's like fancy kosher salt. It's very nice. 1 teaspoon is 4.9, so like 5. Half a teaspoon is 2.5, which I think is a measurement on here. Yeah, orange one, 2.5. Mixing together with my one spatula. A lot of this video that you don't see is just me washing and rewashing the same utensils. This is fun. In a large mixing bowl using a hand or stand mixer with the paddle attachment. It's me. Add the cream cheese and butter, beat on medium-high heat until smooth and lump-free. Luckily, my butter and cream cheese have been sitting out, so they're room temperature. They should be relatively easy to beat by hand, but I've been training for this. Cream cheese was randomly hard to find at the grocery store. I kept asking for like queso cremoso, which was the right word, I think. But I don't know, I think they looked at me and they were like, is this what you really want? Is this what you're trying to say? But I found this. It's more like the kind you put on your bagel. I'm used to like kind of the blocks that look more like my butter. But I think this will work. I'm also not sure if it's 8 ounces. It kind of looks like 8 ounces. I'm just gonna believe. The power of belief. It's very strong. Does not want to scoop. Come on, here we go. 25, 50, 75, 100, 150, 175. Just a little bit underneath that. Yeah. Half a cup of butter. Ooh, slippery. All right, it's been about 2 minutes. That looks smooth and creamy to me. While the mixer is running, slowly pour in the sugar. And then once well combined, mix in the eggs and the extracts. Okay, well, that's what God gave me 2 hands for. I feel like this is the rub your belly and pat your head. Just gotta, at the same time, you know? It'll work, it'll work. What am I doing? Look. Alright, it's kind of working. Alright, looking good. Whew. Darker than I remember it, but that's just the flour. Now comes the hard part. Usually, you use powdered sugar. This is a very sticky dough, right? You'll use powdered sugar to roll a little scoop of it in and then set it on the pan to cook, except I could not, for the life of me, find powdered sugar. It exists in Spain, it exists in Spanish grocery stores, but the Mercadona I went to did not have it. The Galicia I went to did not have it. So I'm missing azúcar de polvo. I can either use flour, which is very similar to it texture-wise, but doesn't have the sweet flavor, or normal sugar, which is very similar flavor-wise, but doesn't have the texture. I think in this circumstance, the powdered sugar serves more as a texture thing because it's making the sticky dough less sticky and making it a shape. So I think I'm gonna use flour. Hopefully that won't kill the flavor of the cookies entirely. Here's my pan, my parchment paper. It just comes in giant sheets like this already, so you don't even have to cut it. It's kind of nice. So this is the mixture that I'm rolling it in so it does not stick to everything. They recommend you use a cookie scoop, but I don't have one of those even in the US, so I just use 2 spoons and kind of form it into a ball and then roll it. All right, so far I have not had a single first batch of cookies turn out well, so these are my sacrifices. I think part of the reason is because my oven doesn't seem to beep when it's done preheating, and it doesn't really, you know, I'm not entirely confident it's actually ever at the temperature it's at, so I just kind of put them in there when the time is right, and then I take them out when the time is right, you know? Wish these guys good luck. All right, now we wait. Okay, I just heard my recipe and I did this wrong. You're supposed to put the lemon curd in before and not after. I thought it was a thing where you take the cookies out and you press them and then you put it in after. You do that for cookies like peanut butter blossom cookies with kisses, not for these. So I think I got them out in time, but I gotta get a spoon, press a little circle, little scoop of lemon curd. There you go. Now they're ready to go in. Let's try this again. All right, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The first batch looks kind of rough. It kind of exploded everywhere. Yeah. We can do better. We can do better. These are looking better, yeah? All right, now all of our batches of cookies are done. Most of them turned out okay, so that's good. And I'm going to try my first one. Here we go. Ready? That's good. It's really fluffy, almost like a biscuit texture, and then the lemon curd turned out good, so yay! All right, these are good. We figured it out, folks. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.